Hi, everybody, and thanks for being here as we're now 2 days into the month of August, and of course, several days into rescue and recovery efforts, which are still just mind-blowing to say the least. What is happening in some of our eastern Kentucky counties is just, it's still increasingly becoming much more hard to grasp. We'll talk about the recovery efforts a bit tonight. Still trying to, and we made some strides today, but hopefully as soon as tomorrow, to get a collective list of all the efforts being done here locally and how you can help. We'll have some of those ways, of course, you can do so from the state, and a lot happening and a lot to try to summarize. A lot of folks from the Magoffin County and Johnson County area traveling on their own, traveling in groups, going through other means to try to help our neighbors in eastern Kentucky. And an update, the death toll, of course, has increased, as you can well imagine. It will continue to do so. That is assured and a certainty, and I'll have more on that in just a few seconds. I do need to make an announcement before I go any further. The boil water advisory is still in effect for all of Magoffin County. It was hopeful that testing would be returned by today and that would be lifted. However, I just confirmed literally seconds ago that those tests should be back. They're hopeful tomorrow, and they'll be able to lift the boil water advisory, but as of right now, still in effect for all of Sagersville and all of Magoffin County customers. A few little bright spots, and we'll take all we can get right now in regards to finding some positive news. It's a little bit of a stretch, but technically that's the case as far as COVID numbers are concerned on a state level. And out of all the images we've seen coming out of the flooding, there's been a few that have just really resonated very deeply with a lot of folks, and a bit of a follow-up for one of these that's been most viral, if you will. Let's go ahead and go, though, to our governor, who this morning gave us our first of a few updates today, scheduled for today. He actually began by announcing 8 cooling centers. Well, we fortunately did not see much rain during the overnight last night. Many of us didn't see any, but now we're going to see the heat and heat indices, as we've been talking about tomorrow, set to be in the triple digits, and with the humidity and that heat, that's just adding, well, more fuel on top of the fire, so to speak, as far as potential for danger and life-threatening situations. So Breathitt, Floyd, Johnson, Knott, Letcher, Perry, Pike, and Wolfe counties all have cooling stations which are up and running to serve the next couple of days, which will be the hottest of the forecast without a doubt. Tomorrow being the hottest of them, and that being, of course, with the heat index pushing right around 98, 99, close to 100 degrees. President Biden today approved individual assistance for Pike and Floyd counties. Now, counties approved are Breathitt, Clay, Floyd, Knott, Letcher, Perry, and Pike, we're glad to say. Disasterassistance.gov or 1-800-621-FEMA is how to get that process started. The governor also announcing today that FEMA has mobile registration centers in a pretty short turnaround for that to happen in Breathitt, Clay, Knott, Letcher, and in Perry counties. As for the death toll, it did climb today. 37, and I'll elaborate a little bit more on that in just a few seconds, but 37 and counting. 11 emergency shelters are right now active, almost 450 people displaced, and in those, almost 200 of those in our state parks, and Jenny Wiley State Park, as you can well imagine, is housing the majority of them. With the governor saying today that there are still ways to help. There are hundreds of different ways to help. There's one very easy way to help right now to the tune of so far $2 million and hopefully growing.
As of this morning, 17,925 contributions to the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund.ky.gov for a little over $2.3 million. This is a fully transparent fund. It even has legislative oversight. We've testified on the other fund multiple times. No administrative fees whatsoever. Every dollar will go to help families and people impacted in the area.
In addition to helping with monetary donations, those of much needed supplies, I've been talking with some folks who have been going from Magoffin County and going out into the area firsthand. Push brooms, buckets, gallons of water, and not so much the drinking water. There is a good supply, I'm told, of drinking water, but it is the gallons of water that they are using, folks are to try to clean with and things of that nature that maybe even more so needed. Disposable gloves. There's been a large outpouring of mobile food units and the like, and they're starting to finally get some food to a lot of folks who so desperately need it, which is very important. On another note, the governor says that he's asking everyone to turn your green lights back on, however, in addition to anything else you're able to do, not for COVID, but this time in honor of the lives lost from the flooding. He's also directing that all flags at state buildings be put to half staff for the next week for the same purpose. All this as water continues to be high in many places. It has not all receded, hindering rescue efforts. People are still trapped, roads, hollows, impassable, as volunteers are fighting to try to reach the living with food and medical attention, and still trying to find the dead as well. Homes are just gone. Blocks, foundations, the only sign they even existed. Rescues still happening. The National Guard sharing some video of actual rescues that took place over the past couple of days. One rescue just took place yesterday. There are still people being found and brought to safety, where whole communities are just gone. The governor was back in eastern Kentucky today in Pike and Floyd and Breathitt counties after seeing Knott, Perry, and Letcher on Sunday. We had expected, and I may have before I leave you, an updated death toll before the end of the program this afternoon. 37, as I told you, was the count this morning, officially confirmed by the governor. At the same time saying that there had already been bodies that had been discovered. When that 37 was confirmed, those just awaiting some sort of formal identification. I can also tell you that speaking with individuals involved in the search just yesterday, an infant was found in its car seat inside its vehicle, upside down, no one else inside. The parents and or family seemingly washed away, and it's my understanding so far that that infant was not among those which had been reported missing at this time. As far as power outages, we're down from the mid 20,000 down to about 7,500. Those will go much slower, as of course they are in the much worse hit areas. And again, we are compiling a list here at the Sagersville Independent and Your News Today of all local efforts to see in any way in which you might be able to help some of those efforts in gathering and transporting food supplies, cleaning supplies, clothing, and the like. The governor also spoke a bit about COVID earlier today. I'll have some stats on that in just a moment. 3 days into the week, we'll get you 3 pieces of chicken and all the fixings at your Sagersville Lee's. Wednesday's special is a 3-piece meal, breast, leg, thigh, or leg, thigh, wing, and both come with your choice of any 2 of our famous homemade sides and a biscuit. Sure, you can shop around, compare the price and the meal, and you'll see that you can't, or you can just come to Lee's Wednesday, tomorrow, for a 3-piece meal special. Also famous for our ice.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
Check out the latest in savings on new sets of tires and vehicle maintenance at Conley's, like $150 back on Goodyears, $120 back on Bridgestones, and big deals on Firestone, Hankook, General, and more. All with perfect snap-on balancing, and where they only charge $35 for state-of-the-art computer diagnostics to fix exactly what you need and get you back on the road. On the web at conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville. Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
A couple of positive spots tonight on the program. One, dealing with COVID. Hopeful it's the beginning of the next trend or pattern. We have seen our positivity rate escalate, climb from 3% to pushing right at 20% just last week. And over the past few weeks, it's been almost a percentage point or maybe even a little more on a weekly basis. For the first time, though, in a number of weeks, months now, it has gone down.
COVID, the map this week is rough. That's why we're trying to get people into individual rooms instead of group shelters. It's all red and orange, and it's more red. Red and yellow. It's more red than it is yellow. Positivity rate did dip a little bit. I hope that's the start of a positive trend, because positivity rate would not be impacted by anything going on in eastern Kentucky. This variant is spreading really, really quickly. May burn through the population pretty quickly. Certainly hospitalization in the graph I saw at the end of last week was continuing to rise. We don't like that. It's not rising anywhere near on the slope that either Delta or Omicron, or for that matter Alpha, went, but still cause for concerns.
This, the state map that the governor was referring to, 81 counties in the red, the rest in the yellow, and no green to be seen. And again, the state positivity rating released yesterday. These maps updated on Fridays, this being the one from last Friday. The positivity ratings out on Mondays. And yesterday we went from a previous 19.11, knocking on the door of 20%, I believe was our last update. We went down to 17.89, so falling back almost right at a percentage point in the matter of a week instead of the complete opposite. The McGoffin County Health Department recorded 0 cases over the course of the weekend, 17 yesterday and 12 today, so that's 29 for 4 days in. Keep in mind, they recorded 57 cases for all of last week. So here's hoping that positivity rating is an accurate sign of things to come. Another bright spot in the news this evening, this photograph, going back to the flooding in eastern Kentucky, is one of several images which really just grabbed the nation at heart, and rightfully so. May Ambergy seen here, 98-year-old May Ambergy seen on her bed. Water level to it and quickly rising. This image, of course, has been seen and talked about on news reports and the like across the nation, and I'm sure beyond that. Tonight, for the first time, however, I'm actually seeing the video of her rescue, and we're getting, again, confirmation that she is doing overall quite well after her experience. If you've heard the story, family had gone to check on her, and then family had realized, who live in another state, the situation, the dire situation she was facing, and the daring rescue that was made as these people helped her in these raging waters make it to safety. Tanya Lane is a granddaughter of May Ambergy, and confirmed earlier today that she is still doing well. She's still in the hospital despite pneumonia. She's doing well. She describes her grandmother as one of the first women to leave the mountains of eastern Kentucky to go to college and get a degree, raising 4 boys while working in the family business, Caudle Lumber. She says she is known and loved by all and has spent her life caring for others and supporting her community, and is looking very forward to getting back home. She says the photograph of her on her bed doesn't come anywhere close to capturing her beauty, spirit, and resilience, and these certainly prove that. She said they all appreciate the nation's love and prayers. Also, want to note, a GoFundMe page was established in her honor by someone, and at last report, checking it this afternoon, there was about $14,000 in there. What a lovely lady. It was an amazing story. She always watched and listened to and heeded flood warnings and left her home when she thought necessary. This one, as with everyone else, caught May by surprise over the course of darkness. I've got your calendar, and I've got some other information and your updated forecast with a heat advisory before I leave you. I'll be right back.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
Car wrecks,
Truck wreck,
disability,
workers' comp,
slip and fall.
wrongful death.
Your case matters to you.
Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Summer's almost here and the seasonal shop is ready. The shop is filled right now with bright colors, beautiful clothes, and new jewelry for all your vacations and summer outings and fun. They've got gifts for any graduate, wedding, and special occasion that may be on your calendar this summer, and you can let them create the perfect gift basket for you. And it's grill season, and that means pool days, cookouts, and backyard parties, and they've got gorgeous home decor, outdoor serving pieces, flags, porch decor, and everything to update your home inside and out for the summer. Stop by and see them, as always, with local delivery, curbside pickup, and shipping, and they're happy to help you shop by phone as well. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. It's the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sagersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sagersville National Bank. Now let's flip it on over to tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. Remember, the boil water advisory, city and county-wide for Sagersville McGoffin, still in effect, hopefully lifted tomorrow. We'll talk about it then. Another reminder, the class of 82 has set their reunion for September the 17th at Stonecrest, and there's the two classmates you need to email by the 20th of this month if you plan on attending, and if you want your child to attend Head Start, and they are an eligible 4-year-old in McGoffin County, call them McGoffin County Head Start 349-3488, or stop by Monday through Friday 8:30 till 3:30, and call me when you have a calendar announcement or a birthday or anniversary that I can tell everyone about. From there, a couple of reminders and I think new service listings tonight. First, Margie Conley Hall, 86 of Sagersville, will be laid to rest following services that start tomorrow in her honor at 1 o'clock from the Sagersville Church of Christ. She passed away on Saturday, survived by her son Larry Hall, daughter Sherry Watson, 5 grandkids, 6 great-grandkids, and 2 great-great-grandkids. Visitation continues this evening. Also, services tomorrow at 1 for 61-year-old Phillip Harmon of Sagersville, survived by his sons Philip Jr. and Aaron Scott, daughters Martha Louise Harmon and Debbie Jo Harmon, brother Ronnie, sisters Patty Harmon, Kathy Rose, and Joy Brown, and 10 grandkids. He's preceded in death by his wife, Peanut Harmon. Services again tomorrow at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Service is still incomplete at last report for Kenneth Rao, being arranged by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. He passed away at his home Sunday at the age of 55. And I'm told today that 70-year-old James Wallen of Sagersville passed away today at his home. Arrangements being made at this hour. And lastly, this one has to be said in loving memory of Olin R. Collett, Bub, greatly missed, by Mom, Dad, Braden, Laura, Katie, Emily, Kenley, Tim, and Brittany. A heat advisory in effect as we take a look at your Licking Valley RECC 7-day tonight. 69 degrees. It's been a calm day across the neighborhood. Got a little warm. We hit the upper 80s today. Humidity wasn't terrible. Winds out of the west at 5 miles per hour this evening, becoming calm, partly cloudy, and again 69 to wrap up your Tuesday. But tomorrow we'll crank it up. We're talking about 89 degrees on the thermometer, but with the humidity closer to 96, 97, and that could fluctuate. We could feel like triple digits tomorrow. So hot and humid and dangerous, for a lot of folks. Sunny and mostly clear, and it's going to be dry and calm. That's certainly a welcome thing. Thursday will take the edge off a tiny bit, a couple of degrees. Humidity not quite as severe, but still 88, mostly sunny on your Thursday, and then we're back to a pattern where we have to worry about some shower and storm chances. Nothing severe at this time, but 50% on your Thursday, and then we'll crank it up on Friday with more clouds than not, around 82 degrees with that cold front and mostly cloudy, and an 80% chance of showers and storms on your Friday, and pretty much a good chance all the way through around 9 o'clock or so Friday night. And another round set for the weekend possibly, 84, partly sunny, and a 60% chance of showers and storms. And there's a pattern for you, I'm sorry to say, with more shower and storm chances than we need or want or like. 84 Saturday, 84 Sunday, 84 Monday, low 80s by Tuesday, each and every day with that, some sunshine above and some decent chances of some showers and storms lingering throughout most all, with the exception of tomorrow and tonight, of your 7-day. And before I wrap it up, I'm set to go out in the morning and see one of the several different ways that local folks are helping, taking supplies, food, and the like to many of the counties. Knott County, I believe, is going to be a destination of some local supplies tomorrow, and we're looking for anyone out there who's doing so individually through your church, your business organization, what have you, to let us know. We're trying to compile that list as best as possible. I know Heather reached out to everyone on social media and is doing so through her channels, and we'll be in the newspaper, but we're trying to get that information together and see if there's any way we can help let everyone know what's going on and how we can continue to help, because we're going to have to do that for quite some time. So with that said, I hope to hear from you on that front and hope to see you back here tomorrow night. Thank you for watching.